Oh, man, we're talking Baltimore before the wire. But Baltimore in the 90s, the money was everywhere. It was very violent and vile. I don't know, either you were hooked on drugs or you was getting money from drugs. That's how narrow the world was I knew.
There's nothing in them streets to this day. Baltimore is terrible. I try not to look at the news, you know?
My name is Levon Christopher Stokes. I'm from Baltimore City. I have been incarcerated for 33 years. I'm innocent. I'm innocent of all charges.
On April 8, 1993, Angelo Garrison Sr. and his 3-year-old son, Angelo Jr., were shot and killed at the 300 block of Park Avenue in Baltimore. Angelo was on probation for a felony drug conviction 3 years before and was awaiting trial on drug distribution charges when he was killed. His cooperation in that trial would have exposed major players in the Baltimore drug scene in the 90s.
Everybody wanted Angelo killed. I know who took the contract. If the baby wasn't in that car, if that baby didn't get killed, Angelo would be just another unsolved murder in Baltimore.
When children are the victims of crimes, there's a lot of pressure on the police to solve those cases. And jurors see a dead child, there's often a lot of pressure for a conviction.
There's a lot of pressure on the case. They wanted this to be open and closed as quickly as they could. The 3-year-old caused the pressure on this case.
Days after the crime, Baltimore police received an anonymous phone call where someone alleged that Levon Stokes killed Angelo.
So anonymous tips, first of all, we don't even know if they're real because they're anonymous. So there's certainly been a lot of cases where it's later been established that officers just fabricated the anonymous tip to justify the action. It's a basic fundamental constitutional right to confront people who testify against you.
Police came and apprehended me. Okay, they gonna take me back, realize, oh, it wasn't me. But once I got back, Captain Childs, he more so was aggressive towards me. Once Childs talked to me, I realized, oh, he's putting this on me. He wasn't questioning me, he was, you did it.
And I saw his face flash across the news. He called me and told me the things that I saw in the news were not true. I believe him to this day.
Without a single piece of evidence tying Levon Stokes to the crime, the state prosecutor charged Levon with murder, and the case went to trial. The state's case relied solely on the testimony of 3 eyewitnesses, Denise Thompson, Kimberly Henderson, and Monica McNutt. The reliability of their identifications was deeply questionable. Kimberly Henderson and Denise Thompson both claimed they were together at the time of the crime, yet their accounts differed in key ways, and their own telling of the crime placed them over 500 feet apart. Both Kimberly and Denise had pending criminal charges, which were dropped only after they testified against Stokes, raising suspicion as to the truth of their claims. The night of the crime, Kimberly spent 4 hours with a 6-person photo lineup and still could not identify Stokes as the shooter. 12 days later, when questioned by police again, she identified him in a second lineup. He was the only photo that appeared in both lineups.
It's impossible for us to determine whether she identified the suspect because she recognized him based on her memory for the culprit at the crime scene or from that earlier identification procedure. As soon as someone starts taking a long time, if you get an ID that follows from that, it's not a reliable one. 4 hours is absolutely extreme.
There's multiple problems with eyewitness identifications. I actually believe they're the leading cause of wrongful conviction in the world.
Monica McNutt, it was communicated to her that she did a good job. When witnesses receive confirmatory post-identification feedback, we cannot make use of their confidence.
She'd also grown up with Levon, having gone to elementary and high school with him in Baltimore.
Remembering the context in which we've encountered someone before tends to be much more difficult task than just merely appreciating that this face is familiar. So it puts the suspect in an extremely dangerous position. So even if he's innocent, even if she did not see him at the crime scene, she's likely to have something of a recognition experience.
One bystander, Donald King, was standing across the street from the crime and witnessed the shooting directly. He did not identify Stokes as the shooter. Without a single piece of physical evidence and 3 eyewitnesses with conflicting, deeply flawed accounts, Levon Stokes was sentenced to life without parole for the deaths of Angelo and his son.
I've been charged with 2 counts, 1 count of first-degree murder, 1 count of manslaughter. I was sentenced to life without parole plus 38 years. I'm 53 years old. I've been incarcerated for 33 years.
Despite having an alibi.
The day of the shooting, I stayed in the house. My friend's girlfriend came in. I came out, helped her with the bags. Didn't know anything about the murder until 3 days later.
Yes, I was with Mr. Stokes the night of the crime. He helped me to bring groceries into the apartment building. And I cooked spaghetti that night. I remember us eating dinner.
Sherry cooked, so often I ate there.
I was not questioned by the police. And I know that in life, there's not many things that we can be certain of. But I just know that Levon didn't do it. I know that he wasn't in downtown Baltimore that night. I know he was in East Baltimore on the corner of Ashland and McDonough.
Man ain't a killer. And I don't want to say this to disparage him, but he was a little boy. Angelo was a big boy. Man wouldn't have had that contract. He just wouldn't have.
Whenever you just have testimonial evidence and you have a lack of good forensic evidence, you can convict the wrong person. And that person can spend the rest of their life in jail even if they didn't do it.
I want people to know that my brother, Levon Stokes, is a very caring person. He's a family-oriented person.
He has got to be one of the nicest people I've ever had a chance to represent.
We played checkers when we were up there. He always lets me win.
He makes your day better. He makes my day better. I know he makes my mom's day better.
I thank him for like how he is, because that made me the father I am now.
I love him. We talk every day.
We text all day long. So.
He's like the glue that keeps everybody together. His main goal is just to be free. Just see his family, hug his family, spend good times and make memories that we not really had the opportunity to make.
You take me somewhere.
Where do you want to go?
Ice cream truck.
I feel like all the time he makes me smile. I just want to see that smile, see him happy.
I want to travel. I want to drive. I want to see places. I want to really see what it's like to be a husband on the outside. Hug my mother without going back to a cell.
The most difficult part about my brother's incarceration is him not being able to be here for his children. He's suffered 2 tragedies of 2 of his children.
I have to get on the phone to tell him that, your son is gone.
The losses of my nephews, for my brother not to be able to have his last moments with his children.
My brothers, one of them, due to violence in Baltimore, I feel as though that wouldn't have happened if my father was here.
Tell my mother all the time, I want to go visit my son's grave. That's probably one of the first things I want to do. I missed out on everything. Watching them grow up, missed out on walking my sister down the aisle.
He just didn't get a chance. He needs a chance.
And here I am, 33 years later, still waiting for him to come home.
My whole life been around, fighting for my freedom. Want people to see the real me, not what the papers put, not what the state's attorney said about me. I want them to know the real Levon.
He's got an owl up there he feeds. He's been so interested in this owl for the last couple of years. He makes sure that he's, taken care of and things.
We used to go out in the yard, and there always was an owl out there on top of the building, had a nest. So I used to look out my window and see this owl, and he always was chasing the bunny rabbits and catching gold rabbits and all that. So I took upon myself, I said, okay, I'm gonna go out and start feeding them. Maybe he'll leave the rabbits alone, leave the kittens alone. So constantly I'm going out feeding them, he coming back. I'm staying, going to the window, looking, seeing is he out there going out feeding them. He had some more little owls and everything. After a while, they left, but she stayed, you know. I haven't seen that owl now going on about 3 months since I seen the owl last, you know. But that was my owl. You know, I love going out feeding it, you know.